Yesterday, Jerem Jordan and I had the opportunity to speak with tournament chairman of the Maui Invitational, Dave Odom. Fabulous college basketball coach. He was Tim Duncan's coach at Wake Forest, and he's always a very entertaining guest. In fact, he gave us this gem last time. We began our latest conversation with Coach Odom with the following question. How does one become the chairman of the Maui Invitational?
You live a good, clean life, man. And then you know all the right people, all the right backs to scratch. And then you just hope that Lady Luck, good fortune just finds you someplace walking in North Carolina out of Banks Beach one day, which is what happened. I was out there walking, and the phone rang. I was out there by myself. It was October. There was a little bit of a chill in the air, and the phone rang, and it was Kemper Sports calling, looking for somebody to lead them into the next decade over in Maui. And I said, try me.
And it's been a great gig ever since. And another great tournament is set up here with BYU and, of course, Chaminade, Dayton, Georgia, Kansas, Michigan State, UCLA, Virginia Tech. Are you kidding me? I mean, the Maui Invitational is the premier tournament to be in. BYU in it for the third or fourth time, and this is awesome. What is it like in selecting which teams will participate and why BYU?
Well, you've sort of edged on how I do it in your description of the tournament itself being really strong. When I took over the chairmanship of the tournament, when I talked to Steve Lesnick and Steve Skinner is the CEO of Kemper Lesnick Sport, and of course Steve Lesnick is the president and owner. And when I talked to them, I said, what do you want for your tournament? They said, we want the strongest tournament possible. Well, to me, that means getting the best 8 teams you can get each and every year. There are a lot of really good holiday tournaments, but if you look at them, most of them will have 4 really good teams, maybe a 5th, and then they'll throw in 2, maybe 3 teams that could be good but don't carry the cachet of the brand name teams that we try to get in Maui. And so I tell my team, and I have an administrative team that I manage, look, I'm going to get the best 8 teams I can get each and every year. I don't want the teams. And actually, when I talk to a coach like, say, Dave Rose, who's been such a great coach there, and he loves BYU. When I talk to Dave Rose and days gone by about coming to Maui, he never asked me who the other teams were because he knew I was going to get the 7 other best teams I could possibly get to go against his BYU Cougars. And that's what they want when they come over.
Dave Odom, tournament chairman of the Maui Invitational, with us on BYU Sports Nation. Why is BYU a common name that comes up in discussions about programs to invite to this prestigious tournament?
Well, BYU is a national university. I know you people in Utah want to kind of keep it within the confines of the state, but really because of the Mormon denomination and the way BYU recruits all over not only the United States but the world, and you've got the when they go out and they stay for a couple of years at a time.
Yeah, the missionary
come
program.
Back. I mean, it's just missionary program. It really behooves me as a tournament chairman to look at them every 4 years as a possibility of coming over, because you're a national known, you're a really good brand as it relates to television and radio coverage and newspaper coverage, but also, and this is very important to me, you do your job, and I'm talking BYU's university now, in terms of fan following their team over to Maui. I know BYU is going to do their share. They're going to fill their seats And so that's really important to me as well.
Thanksgiving week in Maui? Are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want to go to that? That sounds amazing. How are the matchups determined? The championship round, of course, is the 25th through the 27th at the Lahaina Civic Center there in Maui. BYU matches up with UCLA.
Well, I do the pairings. Now, I do consult with one of our partners, ESPN, because I want them satisfied. They don't decide who BYU plays, but I do want them involved in when BYU and UCLA play, what the time frame is, because I don't want them. I would not want UCLA and BYU playing at, say, 11 p.m. on the East Coast. That wouldn't sell.
Okay.
People are not going to stay up that late. So I do consult ESPN for, this is, and in BYU's case, this is BYU, UCLA. What is a good time frame for them to play? And then I try to work it out like that. The other thing I do, guys, is in looking ahead, I try to get first round pairings that really are interesting to everybody. And then I try to peer ahead one round to the semifinals. It's important that if, as they call it, chalk holes, then you're going to get a good second round. Beyond that, I can't do anymore. The team's just got to play well.
Dave Odom with us on BYU Sports Nation. Why do you like the opening round matchup between UCLA and BYU specifically?
Well, they're both West Coast teams, basically, and there's newness in both programs. Mick Cronin is the new coach at UCLA. I know the kind of teams that he puts out at, or he has put out at Cincinnati, and I'm hoping that he'll bring the same type of toughness to UCLA. And from Mark Pope's standpoint, he was at Wake Forest for a year or so, and I got to know him really, really well there. And, he went out and did a great job in a short period of time there. And fortunate enough, BYU called him and said, look, our job is open. Dave Rose has stepped aside now, and we need somebody who loves the university and is going to really work hard and touch all the dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And I think Mark's a good choice for them. So there's a lot of newness in the programs at both places, and they're close enough that there's going to be a sense of rivalry when we get to Maui.
Mark Pope is a very fun, energetic guy. He's extremely excitable. I love hanging out with him, having him here at BYU. A couple weeks ago, he was at the West Coast Conference Media Day, and he went around in a NASCAR, on a track at like 200 miles an hour or something crazy. What can you do with him to take advantage of that personality in Maui?
Well, I'm going to leave. I got him there. I'm going to leave that to ESPN.
Maybe he and Jay Billis are doing something crazy?
Yeah, I will try to corral him. I'll try to bring him in long enough to coach the game and not be silly doing it. He better. I can tell you that because it will be a huge comparison between Mick Cronin and Mark Pope. Mick Cronin, the next time he smiles in and around a game, will be his first. and Mark Pope, when he stops smiling, it will be his first. So we've got really a good contrast in styles here.
Coach, when are you going to bring Tim Duncan on as your assistant tournament chair?
Oh my gosh! To be quite honest with you, I talked about him coming this year, but he did something foolish. He took assistant coaching job with San Antonio.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that's all about. It's not like he needs the money, I'll tell you that.
Or the hours.
Oh, that is great.
I mean, I bet you right now he's questioning that. I retired for this.
Despite all of your teaching, he still went and became a coach. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Well, he went. that's the only thing that he did contrary to what I tried to teach him.
Great stuff. We enjoyed watching you coach him at Wake Forest, and we always enjoy talking to you and look forward to a fantastic Maui Invitational. Thanks so much, Dave.
Listen, we look forward to having the Cougars come out again. It's going to be a great tournament. We've got 8 really good teams, and that includes Chaminade. They're going to be really good this year. I hope you guys are going to be there. If not, I'll call your boss and make sure that he sends you over there, because you guys are part of the program. And, I look forward to seeing my good friend Dave Rose. I know he's going to be over there. I know he had a little bit of a scare, but I also know he's doing well. So I'll see he and his lovely wife. And good luck to the Cougars, and you guys win some games before you get there, and we'll hype this thing once you do.
You got it. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right.
Dave Odom with us on BYU Sports Nation. Here we come, Hawaii.
I like it.